the best Lexus in production. It's not a hybrid. It's not an electric car. It's not a crossover. Surprise. No, it's the LC Coupe, the V8 perfection machine. That the last video I made on it, well, I want one. I want one really bad. Now, the problem is they retail for over $100,000. So maybe long term, there's so many down here. I see them on the daily, whether it's the Coupe or the convertible. It just reminds me of how much I want a Lexus LC500 with the 5-liter naturally aspirated V8. Well, I don't know what Lexus wants to do with it. They're still upgrading it. This is what today's video is about. They've just improved it with underfloor braces. So let's get into this upgrade, and then I guess we'll talk about the future of the LC500. This might be one of the last upgrades, maybe the last upgrade they're going to give to this car. But again, time will tell what they do to it. So we'll talk longevity of the LC500 here in a little bit. So flagship LC further develops with always on philosophy. I don't know what this Lexus philosophy is. I could probably look into it a little bit more, but this is the first time I've heard about it. The LC500 employs underfloor braces to ensure higher body torsional rigidity. That's one of the things this car really, really lacks. If you start pushing it hard, it doesn't. You don't have the confidence because the chassis, the vehicle, it just starts getting wishy-washy. Right now with these underfloor braces, it's going to feel completely different. I'm confident in that. All right, so this is exciting. It's going to really improve how this vehicle feels when you're pushing it in the turns. All right, this is a good improvement. Would this stop me from buying an older LC500 because they have this now? Absolutely not. The LC500 to me isn't about performance. It's about the connection with the vehicle, the V8, the exhaust note, the drop top feel in the convertible, and just having this beautiful, sexy vehicle. All right. The performance, yes, it's nice to have, but to me, it's not that important. The vehicle is pretty much perfect the way it is. All right. So yes, I'll take it. I'll take any upgrade, but let's keep reading. So they remind us that it's been launched since 2017. The LC keeps making improvements to make the car better. All right. So hopefully this becomes available in my fleet for next year, and I can test it with these new rigidity braces. And for this partial improvement, the car was tested at Toyota's Technical Center Shimoyama. Now, Shimoyama, Lexus has officially moved in full-time to the Shimoyama test course and facility where all research and development and design, all that is done finally at the same place for Lexus, and this is at the Shimoyama test course. So, and hopefully we start seeing the benefits of these cars being designed and developed and engineered at Shimoyama, but hopefully I can tour it one day. They might have a hotel next to it, which would make it a lot easier. All right. Also, here's another slight upgrade. All right. So the interior, improved passenger comfort. It's not passenger comfort. It's more like to improve the luxury of the passenger. They've put Alcantara in the passenger side of the instrument panel. All right. Which is this area right here is what I'm assuming. So this area right here used to have a plastic cover over an interesting, Lexus sort of luxury design. I'll try to put a picture in for you guys. That was before they went to the touchscreen. So that was probably for 2022 they had it. But once they went to the touchscreen, they took out that interesting design piece, and it just left this with a blank slate right here. Well, now it looks like instead of a leather or a faux leather material, it's going to be Alcantara right here. All right. So that's a good thing to make it a little bit more luxurious. I would have liked it to have, you see these ridges in the door. I would have liked to have some ridges, some parallel lines right here to be a continuation of what we see on the door, but it is what it is. Now, again, I don't think this picture is actually representative of having the suede here. I don't think they have a picture of it yet. So that suede is on top of the instrument cluster here. It should be in this area now. But again, this picture is not really indicative of this upgrade, I don't believe. All right, they've changed the pricing around a little bit, I believe. But again, not for our market. Will we get an official press release on the American side for this? Yeah, probably. I don't know when. And I don't know exactly if this is going to be on a mid-model change or like a 25.5 model year change, for example, or is this going to be seen in the 2026 model year? I'm not entirely sure, but that's all I have on that for the news updates. So let's talk about the longevity of the LC500. They're still upgrading it, and it's kind of this amazing vehicle that Lexus knows that it embodies old Lexus. Incredible interior, incredible craftsmanship, incredible connection to the car. And it's one of the best Lexus models ever made, up there with the LFA, up there with the LS400, the LS430. Outside of that, I feel like everything else in the everything else ever made under the LC, the LFA, and some of the LSs, they're just not on the same tier. They're fantastic vehicles, from the LX to the GX. They're fantastic Lexus models, the RX, but this is on a whole new level, and the price is indicative of this being on a different tier. And Lexus has nothing to replace it with yet, right? There's the LFR, but the LFR in theory could be a lot more expensive than this. And Lexus, I don't think, has their next gen coupes ready to replace this and the RC. I mean, the RC's it's just torture, man. That vehicle, it's just been passed through the years with no major upgrades, really. It got a refresh in 2019. That's when I was selling for Lexus, and that was an exciting upgrade. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet on the RC. But Lexus needs the RC for racing until the LFR can come around. And the LC unfortunately, never got an F Sport, and never got an F Sport Performance, and never got a full-blown F. And it deserved all of those things, in my opinion, because, well, this car is just so incredible. But I know for sure Lexus tried things out with it. Twin turbo V8, that was scrapped. They couldn't make this vehicle work. It's just too compromised with its platform, with its size, and the lack of performance that this platform can potentially have. It just wasn't ever set up to be a true performance vehicle. And the LFR will fix that. The essence and the unique luxury and presence that this vehicle has, LC500, is going to it's going to fade away. Again, don't know how much time. I think it's already on borrowed time, but everything in the Toyota Lexus lineup seemingly keeps getting delayed, from the 4Runner to the RAV4. Like, everything keeps getting pushed back. The GX was pushed back a long ways, and they're taking their sweet time on the LFR to get it right, which I'm okay with. All right. In the meantime, it's buying us more time with the LC500, and I'm okay with that. All right. So Lexus, keep it around. Keep it around as long as emission regulations allow you to, essentially, because it's a piece of art. It's a perfect vehicle for what it is. And I'm going to miss the LC500, but hey, let's not put it in the grave yet. It still lives on. It's still getting upgrades. And for that, I respect Lexus so much for. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hit the like button if you haven't for the LC500, and for Lexus continuing to make this vehicle and continue to improve it over the years.